About this Lion King though. Has it came out yet?
Come on, help me say it. I see a new day dawning. I see a new day dawning. I believe it's almost here. I believe it's almost here. Lord, we are standing in your presence. Lord, we are waiting patiently. Our hearts are ready to receive all of the blessings that you have for me. Open up the floodgates. Open up the flood. Open up the floodgates. Open up the flood. Open up the floodgates. Open up the flood. Send your rain. Your rain. Your rain. Your rain. Come on, clap your hands, everybody. Let me hear you make some noise out there. Let's go higher here. Hey! Breakthrough coming. I feel a breakthrough coming. I believe it's almost here. I believe it's almost here. I feel my increase coming. I feel my increase coming. I believe it's almost here. I believe it's almost here. Lord, we are standing in your presence. Lord, we are waiting patiently. Our hearts are ready to receive all of the blessings that you have for me. Open up the floodgates. Open up the flood. Open up the floodgates. Open up the flood. Open up the floodgates. Open up the flood. Send your rain. Your rain. Your rain. Come on, put your hands together, believing that God is getting ready to open up the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing. I believe I got a witness right here. Come on, help me say it. We're ready. Hey.
For your blessing. Send it down. Send it down. We're ready. For your blessing. You're right. You're right.
Come on, say it.
For your blessing. Send it down. Send it down. We're ready. For your blessing. You're right. You're right.
What an amazing song. You should be a witness. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all already know who I'm talking about. Stellar nominated. The list goes on. You know what? I'm going to pull it up later on just so people know in case they don't know your resume. I got some of those receipts, okay?
Oh, Jesus.
We have the amazing...
You got the receipts.
I got the receipts. Receipts, pictures, I got it all.
Yeah.
What a blessing it is. First of all, you are traveling everywhere, Demetrius, but I'm so grateful that you came here to just take time and just spend a little time with us today at Radio Indy.
Absolutely. You know, one thing too, you can travel the world, but there is absolutely no place like home. So home always comes first. Always comes first. So, and I appreciate y'all for always supporting what we do. So I'm amazed by the level of support, and not only what we do, but the level of support that you guys have for the city of Indianapolis as a whole. So I'm grateful. Thank y'all.
Thank you. You're going to make... Look, my face is nice today. I can't be in here snotting and stuff. That's not a good look.
You don't want to tell them about your hair, huh?
Okay. I'm glad we family. Don't get started now. We can turn this show. You know, only family can mess with you like that. You know what I mean? But we'll talk about it on break.
Yeah.
So, Demetrius, listen. I think one of the things that fascinated me about you, first of all, Open Up the Floodgates is the first song that I really listened to, and it came out like last year, August, something like that, right?
Yeah.
So you have 41 weeks on the billboards.
41 weeks.
Who does that?
I don't know.
What you mean? Demetrius Weston JP did it.
No, the serious thing is it was all God. And can I take a moment to divulge on that a little bit?
Please.
So when we were in the studio doing the overdubs for that particular song, and I was telling Karen, Lady Karen Hoskins, I was like, yeah, I'm great to send this song to radio. The truth of the matter is I had no idea that at that moment we didn't have a game plan. I was just saying it and speaking it by faith.
Wow.
It was really not a game plan. And so we sent it to radio, and the rest is history. It's really, and people don't understand that 41 weeks, when you look on those Billboard charts, it's just telling you how long you've been in the top 30. It's really been on the charts 65 weeks.
Wow, you better change my stats. I know that's right. Correct it.
65 weeks.
Wow. So see, that's what I'm saying. What an honor. This one song.
One song has been on charts for 65 weeks, and in the top 30 for 41 weeks, and we spent 8 of those 41 weeks at the number 2 position.
God is good.
Yeah.
And this is the same person that said this year he was going to be at the Stellars.
Yeah.
Last year, you said that you were going to be at the Stellars this year.
And God has truly made all of that come true. And it's just like it's a testament of, if you seriously take care of God's business, you do the things that you're supposed to do, you treat people right, then you don't have no other choice but to walk into the favor that God has over your life. And nobody can stop that.
Right.
Nobody can stop that. So, yeah.
So I want to hear more about Demetrius. Like, everybody is wondering, like, where does... first of all, the energy you have on stage. I told you I wanted to be at the fair. You told me I didn't need to wear a robe because I probably faint.
Don't wear your robe.
Okay. But we'll talk about some of the upcoming events you have because we are definitely going to be there supporting.
Yeah.
But the energy, the drive, the anointing behind the man, how did all this start out?
I you know what? I think I was just grafted into this, and I for the life of me, I was on a plane this week, and I was on a plane, and I was just like, I seriously asked God, I was like, what made you pick me, out of everybody? It's just one of those humbling moments because, I felt like I didn't choose necessarily to do this. It was just like always planted inside of me. And I'm grateful because he could have chosen anybody else to do this. Right. And, but to answer the question, I remember because I lived with my great grandparents as a child all the way up into adulthood, and I can remember like as early as 4 and 5 years old. My grandmother used to like call me downstairs and she would write songs and she would like, what you think about this song? And I'm like 4 or 5 years. I'm like 6 and 7 and 10 and like, what do you mean? What do I do? Why you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then she would say, okay, I want you to pretend like you are teaching parts and I'm gonna play and you like teach the parts and then it later grew into like I would line like aerosol cans like Glade and Windex and teddy bears and stuff, and we had the steps to go up, and I would put on like the old Rodney Bryant and CCMC albums, like Greater Faith and all that type of stuff. And I would just act like that was my choir. I would just direct, and it's kind of like something that has always been inside of me. And then I can remember my first time directing at Messiah Missionary Baptist Church when it was on 27th Street off of Martin Luther King before they moved out to 38th Street. I can remember them putting me on a
Platform.
no,
or
it
pedestal.
was a you know the copy paper.
Yeah.
The box that comes in. So they had me on the copy paper box, and I directed the choir. That was my first
Wow.
time. First
Josh
time.
Humphrey says, and you still got those bears too.
Anyway,
Tell him we're not messing with him today.
I'm not about to fool. That's my best friend. I'm not about to fool him today. Yes, they would stamp me on the end, and I directed my first.
See, look, we're going to start blocking people from live
Yeah,
feed.
absolutely.
Some people can't be on with us. Okay?
Absolutely. Next.
So from there, of course, you high school here?
Yeah. Arlington High School.
Arlington
and then
High
I finished
School.
my last year at Broad Ripple.
Okay, and from there,
Well, I'll tell you what. That's when I went to Arlington. Okay, so here's the situation with that. Y'all asking some personal questions. Am I supposed to? And I'm supposed to answer them too, right?
well, you don't have to answer it.
No, I'm gonna answer
Okay.
them. No shame in my game.
Just kick me if something. If
No, we're
okay.
good. We're good. So I went to Arlington High School, and I was supposed to go to Northwest, but they had a. The truth of the matter is, when I wanted to go to school for computer technology. I wanted to be a computer analyst. And some reason I got here. I don't know how I'm here, but that's the profession I wanted to do. I wanted to be a computer analyst, and so. Arlington had a magnet program for computer technology at the time, and so I went there, and so I was talking to the guidance counselor my first day, and because I hadn't picked out all of my electives yet, and they was like, "You got to pick one more elective. You can either do home ec, or you could do gospel choir." I was like, I was like, can I do 2 PE classes or something like that? Like I didn't want to do neither one. I'm just, truthfully, I promise you I did. It's like, no, you can't do that. I was like, I ain't got no swimming pool here. I can't take swimming classes or something. Like, give me, I'll take Spanish and French. I don't want to do home ec or gospel choir. But I ended up going to gospel choir, and when I got to gospel choir, so you got to know me. I'm an introvert, like by nature. I'm really shy, and especially in high school, really shy. So I really didn't say much. Got to Arlington, and got to the choir, and I met the gospel choir teacher, well, she was the music teacher at the time, Twana Harris, and that lady, I hope she's listening. She changed my entire life, and my perspective on music. Gave me the opportunity. Arlington High School recorded its first CD. And if you have a copy of that, you look on the back of that, you can see me on there. It's embarrassing. Thank God for the grow up. You hear me? But gave me the first opportunity to really write on a project. That was my first time being on a project, Arlington High School gospel choir, and sat back and it just changed my whole. I fell in love with the studio at that moment. Like being able to be in the studio and all that we did at that moment changed my life. And so that's Arlington really kicked off, and soon thereafter, that's when I started my first choir, RLGC. It was like 2003, 4, something like that. I started them, and it was based off of that. Don't say nothing stupid.
What?
Josh said, and he had them bears in his book. He said that's where he met his best friend.
That's where me and Josh met at Arlington High School. And how we met, me and Josh met. I went in there. I thought I was bad, so I thought I could nobody tell me nothing. So Josh wasn't really playing piano at the time. He was playing drums. So we had one day. It might have been before music class or after music class. We had a drum shed, and I thought I was getting ready to wear him out. Yeah, I pretty much tore my drawers, but so yeah, that's really Arlington was the launching pad for me to starting my own ministry.
So did you, after high school, did you go to further your education to perfect your craft?
Yeah. So, I then decided, I said, I don't know if y'all familiar with the whole 21st century scholar thing. Like when you do well in middle school and all that type of stuff, then you get a full ride. Don't tell me you said nothing.
Lady Karen said you were playing the harmonica.
So anyway, we had 21st century scholars, and you can go to any school in the state free.
Free, as long as your grades.
As long as your grades.
Yep.
So, but the school that I chose wasn't on that list. so I was like, okay, I'm cool with this whole little music thing. I think this is what I want to do, because it changed my mind. Like I said, I wanted to do. My whole focus, and I probably, when I retire from gospel music in the next couple years,
What?
I
Lord, I almost said something. He about to mess up.
may-
We don't have no beat button in here or nothing.
I may go back to doing computer technology. I really, that's something that I wanted to do. So anyway,
He is, look, well, you know what? It's okay, because I don't care if you make songs or anything, because you're going to still be writing, and we still going to be playing them, and we still going to be stalking you until you
when
do
I
make
when
the
I say
song.
retire, I mean retired.
I don't know what that means.
So what was the question?
You answered it. Josh kind of threw you off. You know what? I'm going to inbox him later on and let him know he is banned from being on Facebook Live.
Absolutely, especially
Okay?
when I'm here.
Okay, yeah. That's my niece.
Hey, niece.
Okay, so I want to know the story behind such a powerful song that could be on the charts for so long.
So long.
First of all, thank God for your just PNC and my driver's license. Yeah. Do you have the right card? PNC? Okay.
Kim, why don't you give out your card number on air too?
I love you too, baby. He's clowning. See?
And hold on, let me get my phone out while you give me that.
Man, it's just easy to just cash.
Amazon, here I
Oh, West Wing.
Okay.
Andre Speed said he's excited about the new project.
come. Thank you, bro. We ain't got that far yet. Slow down.
I want to
Talk
know
about the song.
I want to know such a powerful song that has been on the charts for this amount of time. Blessings to God and to you. But what was the thought process behind Open Up the Floodgates? Like, were you the only writer with it? I mean, how did all that come about?
So this story is really, really funny, because the song was originally brought to me probably about 6 years ago, 5, 6 years ago. And I was like, nope, I don't like it. It's not going to work. I didn't feel like it was going to work. And the guy that wrote, his name is Dwight Washington. He is like the greatest writer, like the most unsung hero in our community when it comes to writing gospel music. He's like he has an incredible pen, and he and his parents are amazing. I've been knowing Dwight for a minute, and so when we was recording this project, Choirology, Jay Thomas, who co-produced the record with me, brought this song to my attention again, and I was like, bro, the answer is still the same it was 5 years ago. I don't think that is going to work.
Wow.
I was like, I just don't think that it was gonna work. So he was like, yo, let's just play around with it and see what we come up with. Let's teach it, because matter of fact, it was like the last song that one of the last songs that we got in for the last recording. And so I was like, all right, but I'm telling you, they're not gonna like it. They're not gonna like it. They're not gonna like it. It's like, all right, because I'm thinking the way that it was presented, it was more of a group type of situation. I have a choir, so it's like, how can I translate this? And so we sat down at the piano before, like an hour before choir rehearsal, and tweaked the song to what you hear now, and taught it, and we could not stop singing it. So I was like, okay, this is kind of crazy. Okay, so let's just do it at the recording, the night of the recording. Let's just see what happened with the audience. Let's see what happens. And that mug went over, and I was like, yep. This is it. And so that turned into where we are now, something huge. Like I never would expect this song to be where it is. Like, honestly.
I think the greatest thing is actually having a song that you have written and then to see other people singing it.
Oh my God.
And
All over
it's
the world.
All over the world. I see people dancing to open up the floodgates.
All over the
I
world.
see people sing. That is such, it's amazing because it makes you feel like, wow, here I am thinking that this wasn't going to do nothing.
Nothing.
And God just put that finishing touch on it
Yeah.
and just reversed it all the way around.
Yeah. And like you said, like people are dancing to the song, people are singing the song. You talking about from churches like the Potter's House to little small storefront churches, and that has become it's grown into its own life, and it's become so overwhelmingly humbling to me, because it's like, of course you do music and you want people to sing your songs and stuff like that, but then you get so like, this thrusted us into a whole different, like, we went from, I'm not lying to you, and really continue, we went from like being booked until being like overly booked. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like overly booked. Like, I can't even explain this. Like, Demetrius and I, who's my assistant, we was just talking earlier that in the matter of like a couple weeks ago, in a matter of like 5 days, I was in like 6 different cities.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's when you allow God to put His super on your natural. It changes the trajectory of your entire
We
life.
about to pass the offering plate. Stop it.
I'm telling you, like, and nobody could have done this but God. The truth of the matter is, I'll tell this wherever I go. People don't understand. When we first started sending Open the Floodgates to radio, I did that myself. Like, I didn't have a radio person. I didn't have a label. I didn't have none of that. I started Open the Floodgates myself. What ended up happening was it took on its own life, and it started to climb up the charts based off of what I would spend 8 hours a day on the phone talking, going to radio stations, talking to radio. Yo, listen to the song. We don't like it. Seriously. And it started like that. When I got into the top 60s, I got into the top 60s by myself. 2 record labels got in a bidding war for me. And the greater won. So that's how we got signed to Black Smoke with Mr. Kerry Douglas. And the truth of the matter is, the day that we signed with Black Smoke, well, the week after we signed with Black Smoke, I went from like the top 60s into the top 30s
Wow.
within a week. And it's been
And
that
it's still going. Like it's
41
It
weeks.
is still going.
And
almost a year later.
Almost a year later.
Almost a year. That is amazing.
Almost a
But
year
you know what? You just said something. You can't be expect people to support you if you're not willing to do the work to support yourself.
Ooh, you don't want me to talk about that.
There's no way. I love that you said that you didn't have a label.
I didn't.
You were out here creating your own platform. You were
Yeah.
out here talking. A lot of people expect, I don't care how gifted you are, how talented you are, if you're not willing to invest in yourself and do the work yourself,
Yeah.
that's how people's money gets mishandled. I'm just saying. That's how things just get missed because people are not willing to do the work for themselves. They want to hire so many people to do it,
Yeah.
and it doesn't go
And
anywhere.
then you don't have no money at the end of the day. You're paying everybody
Yeah,
else out
that's it.
what you do. And the truth of the matter is that one thing that I'm a firm believer of is, like, I like to be in the trenches too. Like I really I don't mind hard work because I think that if you want to grow into something, if you want to be something, you've got to know the process of it. You know, once I stopped expecting a contract, a record label contract, then it came to me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
ain't that crazy? Like we
Makes sense though.
when we pursue something so hard, more than you pursue the love of the person that gives that to you, like you pursue a contract more than you pursue God. He'd be like, cool, you continue to depend on that contract. Or are you gonna live by faith like I told you?
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
right.
like it's going to happen, but you've got to do the work though.
And we got to make sure we're at a position because God may be wanting it to happen right now.
Absolutely.
But we're just not ready.
Absolutely.
We haven't shown a commitment.
Absolutely.
And He's not gonna give us something else if we're not even being faithful over this right here.
And sometimes our characters don't match our talents. And so,
Say it one more time.
sometimes our characters don't match our talents. And the truth of the matter is, the national recording artist is overrated. I don't know. I'm gonna say this one more time.
Say it one more time.
It's overrated. I mean, because you got to work that much harder to maintain. You see what I'm saying? It's easy to obtain. It's
Right,
harder
to stay up
to
there.
maintain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so you've got to continue to look at numbers and most people, I know artists that go to counseling because you don't stay up there long. You don't stay up there long. And stuff like this will drive you crazy. So it's overwhelming and people look at the lights, but you don't look at the sacrifices that people make. I'm gone, so I'm away from my family all the time. Those are sacrifices that you have to make.
Right.
So, yeah, that's it.
It is. It's amazing to hear your testimony, and it hasn't always been everybody has supported or accepted or whatever, but God continues to just bless. I mean, in spite of all the I would say fake performers out here that's not really ministering, performing, you can tell in your ministering that it's heartfelt, that it actually you're trying to reach people. I read something on Facebook. You were in Tennessee and there were shootings, And that was sent to discourage you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
But when you turned around and said, because I said, I come up, I got a pistol. I would be security. Me and Rita were getting in the car. But when you said, you know what? This is not going to stop anything. I'm going to turn up. I'm going to tear Tennessee up. And I mean, you used that because a lot of people, which rightfully so, would have been scared.
Yeah.
But you know your covering is the person that has you traveling from here to there and everywhere, that covers you all day long, that covers your family while you're away. Speaking of your family, beautiful wife, beautiful daughter, how do they handle, your daughter's how old?
7.
7. So that's kind of tough to be away from
Oh
her.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's probably the toughest part of this whole thing. Is those type of sacrifices. And they handle it well. You know, they definitely understand what it is that I do, and that
And very proud. I mean,
yeah.
very proud.
It's amazing to have somebody that supports you and hold it down while you're gone. You know, and so I don't have those woes like some people do.
Right,
You know,
right.
with-
And she doesn't have those woes with you gone.
No. And some people have jealous spouses and all that type of stuff. I don't have those woes, and so I'm grateful.
Right. Yes.
I'm-
It makes it easier to be able to do the things that God has you to do.
Absolutely.
It makes it easier.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the worst thing you want to get is in a relationship or a marriage and visions and goals collide. Because somebody has to take it's sacrificial.
Yeah.
Sacrificial. And so, and especially if you're in a role like most artists, preachers, pastors, you have to share your spouse.
Yeah.
And I know that's not the easiest thing to do.
It's not.
It's not the easiest thing to do. But when there's a calling on somebody's life, and the truth of the matter is, the spouse that you're married to has an equal calling on their lives to cover you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's an equal sacrifice.
And I hats off to my husband, Samuel Kent, almost
Okay.
16 years. It is very difficult.
Sweet 16.
Okay. It is very difficult when you have someone that has her hands in so many different things, from
Yeah.
the daycare, from finishing school to the children, the ministry, the radio station, and still there.
Yeah.
You know, that makes it easy for me to do the things that God has me to do because he's still there. Now,
Just like your hair looks like that.
you know what? And you know what? Yes. He will mess up my hair any day of the week. He sure can. He's the only one that can touch it and mess it up.
My,
But you know-
Rita, you over there patting yours too? Turn the camera around,
She got,
Rita.
okay, she got hers all in a ponytail. You already know. I
Goes
thank God.
down and
And Radio Indy. But you know what? If we were talking about our spouses in a negative way, people would be all turned
Absolutely.
in, commenting. So
Of
yes,
course.
I'm going
Of
to talk
course.
about my spouse in a positive way. We have our ups and our downs. I thank God for him because it's not easy. He's an introvert.
Yeah.
So when we go places...
you're an
he's-
extrovert.
Yes.
Yeah.
My mom said I've never met a stranger. Like
Wow.
anywhere I go, I talk. You could tell anywhere I go.
And see, people, I'm the total opposite because I could be, I don't know people, I've heard this before. A lot of people think that I'm arrogant or whatever.
Live from the pit.
A lot of people, like, I've heard this before. But the thing about it is, people got to understand, like, I meet so many people during the course of time. And so, sometimes you honestly forget, faces and stuff like that. If you're not in my immediate circle, like, I honestly forget. But the truth of the matter is too, like if I'm walking in the mall and stuff like that, I'm not paying attention to people. I'm trying to get to where I'm going, and you know what I'm saying. And so people, well, he didn't speak to me when I was in the mall. I'm like, well, Jesus, did you speak?
But did you say anything to me?
Right. So and people just don't understand. Like I'm an introvert, like by nature, and it's, and I'm not trying to be grand or arrogant or anything. I have tunnel vision.
My husband's the same way. He's the same
I have
way.
tunnel vision, and so I generally, I 9 times out of 10, I just don't see people. I don't see people, and it's not like I'm not trying to interact with people. I just don't.
It's not like me. I don't need an introduction. I can always just approach.
Yeah.
That's how I am. And my husband is totally opposite. He has to almost feel like if he's in his circle, he don't have that problem.
Right.
But
if I'm in my circle, I'm fine.
He's
Or
perfect
if we're
fine.
talking about something
Yes.
that I'm comfortable talking about, or like something that I'm real
Passionate about.
passionate
Yep.
about. Well, I can talk to you about it all day, just like this.
Yeah.
I can talk to you all day long, but the moment we step out of that comfort zone,
yeah,
I'm like in a corner
He
somewhere.
playing on his phone.
Yeah.
That's
Seriously.
my husband. That's
Seriously.
him. And people ask, how do you maintain being married to someone so outgoing? It's a wonderful balance, believe it or not. Both of us can't be talkers.
Yeah.
Both of us, just saying, both of us can't be,
That is so true.
It is. It is.
That is so. That's.
But with him also, he's a laid back person. Where I'm more, go. He's more laid back. So we balance each other out. So that's
Yeah.
what makes it even better. Sometimes it gets on my nerves, but
Yeah.
it's still wonderful.
Like when people, I can go to churches and stuff like this, and Rita, anytime Rita's doing an event, she always sits me up front, and I'm always honored. But I would much rather be in the back in the corner somewhere, just like, I would much rather be in the back in the corner hiding out, like, and because I don't have to be seen like that. Like I'm not.
That's my whole thing. I don't have to be. I get attention because I'm tall,
Yeah.
and because I have a wonderful personality. But
Yeah.
I don't have to always be.
No.
I feel like people are going to get to know me because I'm Kimberly, not because I'm putting myself out like I'm just the most whatever. And in saying that, the Indianapolis Fair, you're going to be on that stage.
I am. I'm gonna be on the stage, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm going to be on the stage, but I'm probably gonna be in the green room or something until. Here's another thing. I hate being hot.
Oh my God, we are related. I had heat exhaustion before when I was outside.
No, I just had heat exhaustion last week at church.
Oh my God, I had mine. What was that day I had mine? Was it Wednesday? Yes.
Yeah, like I was so sick, like sick.
We are related.
We gotta be like so. So once again, I'm not trying to be like not, but I definitely cannot be hot in this season of my life. So, but yeah, I'm excited about the fair. We're gonna hit the stage for however long we supposed to. We're gonna hit it, and then we're gonna, get right back off because I'm so excited. The direction that the fair is going in, how
Rita Green.
yeah. Let me say this too. I always have wanted to say this, that I appreciate the fact that the Indiana State Fair, the Indiana State Fair and the people that work with the Indiana State Fair, people that's over Gospel Day, Rita Green, the Indiana State Fair supports Indy. Hold on.
Okay.
I'll wait.
Okay.
That the Indiana State Fair
People putting their hands up. See.
always supports Indianapolis. There are a lot of institutions in this city
Yeah.
that treats Indiana artists like second class.
Yep.
But the Indiana State Fair always treats, whether you're a church choir, a recording group, an artist, in town or out of town, you get the same treatment. And so any time that the Indiana State fair.
Yeah.
And anytime Rita Green calls me, we're always there. So I'm excited about the camaraderie. Everybody that's on this is amazing. And so to get all of this talent under one roof and all you got to do is pay your admission to get in the fair, that's crazy. That's crazy. So this is why the Indiana State Fair has record attendance every single year.
That's it. Can I say
The
something
Indiana
to you?
State Fair.
Can I say something to you?
But broke records last year.
Yeah. Can I say something to you?
I'm probably gonna get in so much trouble.
That's okay.
Sue me.
We'll be in trouble together.
Howard Stevenson is my attorney. Go ahead.
When Rita told me all the people that are going to be at the fair singing, and I'm going to be at the fair singing, and I'm listening to all these.
You
I'm
sing
like,
it?
Yeah.
Look,
But I said, I don't want to be up there with Demetrius and all
come
them.
through.
But you know what? It's wonderful. I thank her for even, because she has so many people that are reaching out to her wanting to be on that platform.
Oh, I've seen
So
it.
then I'm like,
She'd be like,
and then I'm like, Rita, if you want to, they can sing on my slot, and I'll just be doing the video, and I, do all those things because I don't have to be up there to support.
But do you see what I'm saying? The way that they bridge the gap between, it don't matter, because when you hit that stage, everybody is the same. So it doesn't matter if you've been singing 6 months or you've been singing 60 years, or how professional you are or are not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're just as important as everybody else. So you deserve to be on the stage. You
Say that again. 'Cause
You-
we don't know what you're speaking
like,
about right now.
seriously, you deserve to be on the stage. And once again, that's the reason why I appreciate the Indiana State Fair, because that opportunity gives everybody the same, and my rider is the same as Mary, and they honor it. The Indiana State Fair.
Yes.
You're Demetrius West. And your wife just tuned in.
What up, though?
Oh.
Okay,
Hey, beautiful.
okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Thank you, Indiana State
Well,
Fair.
thank you for saying that.
Absolutely.
Thank you for saying that. My mom said it's always better to not feel like you belong somewhere than to feel like you deserve something that you don't.
Well, I agree with that, but everywhere I'm going to be, I deserve to be there.
All right.
That's the way I look at it. And you have no idea. Like, I am the most nervous person before I get on stage. I have to run. I
Me too. I'm
do.
nervous
I like.
also.
I like backstage. I'm so jittery. Like, people may not. But it's like when you hit the stage, it switches. But before that, like, I'm the most.
You know what that is? My mom told me it's you realizing that the talent comes from God,
Yeah.
and it keeps us where we need to be. We will never feel like we're doing this on our own or our talent has gotten us here. It's only by God
It's,
touching and anointing the
absolutely,
talent.
absolutely. And the moment that I stop getting those jitters, I don't want to do it no more,
Right.
because it feel like I'll be on my own power. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the moment that it doesn't feel like that to me anymore, I don't want to do it.
Now, there's something coming up before the fair.
Yeah.
August 2nd. And Radio Indy will be buying tickets and giving them away.
Is it August?
It's
what?
the 9th.
August
9th,
9th.
okay. I know it was in August at the beginning. And I know that Radio Indy will be buying tickets.
Thank y'all. Appreciate
Always.
it. Amazing.
We'll be buying tickets to give away.
Yeah.
And we'll let you know how VIP tickets, too.
Yes.
So tell us about August the 9th.
August the 9th, we are recording our brand new project. So,
Oh, my gosh.
yeah, live and in concert. It's going, and it's going to be a DVD taping as well. So, we we have some incredibly fresh music. If you loved choirology, you're going to really, really love this new project. I ain't telling y'all the name of it yet.
Oh, I'm trying to get something out of them. You see, I'm listening. I'm like, come on, just give me something. Just give me just give me anything.
I ain't telling y'all the name of it yet, but I'm telling you, the music is incredible. And what's even more incredible is my amazing singers. JP is going to come and knock y'all socks off. We've been rehearsing, and we really can't. You, Rita, you know how our rehearsals are.
Will we be able to purchase it?
It'll probably be out like next year sometime.
What?
So.
Oh, so I'm gonna have to go on and make sure I get all of it.
But yeah, we've been rehearsing, and then like the special guest we got coming, like that's crazy. Brian Reeves, Indianapolis's own. He lives in Atlanta, Georgia now. Denise Tishner that sings with everybody, but most recently, Kurt Carr. She sang with Dr. Bobby Jones. She's gonna come and kill us. Young lady named Kamar Gardner from Chicago, Illinois, gonna be with us. Indianapolis's own Pam. She's one of my favorite female vocalists ever. Pam Westbrook is gonna be on there. Joshua Rogers from Sunday's Best is going to be here. And one of my really good friends, Ernest Pugh, is going to be here. And all of them is going to be on our recording. And so
Wow.
and there is one or two other special guest
Wait,
surprises.
you can't have that many surprises in one show. Now you ain't gonna tell us
And
the name.
here's the thing, it's free.
right.
It's free. So the church is big enough where Indianapolis can pack the place out. And there are still VIP tickets available. Only $20. I mean, listen, all the people that's going to be there, $20. You can get those from eventbrite.com. Reserve your seat. I'm telling you, because it's going to go crazy. We are hitting the stage like never before.
And people always wait.
Always to the last
And
minute.
they're standing room only. So get those tickets because it's not a marketing strategy.
It's not at
Tickets
we're
really
not
go.
we're
It
not
does.
Really go.
we're not. And then what y'all don't know is y'all don't buy these VIP tickets before the time when they sell out. Rita sells them for 3 times the amount. At the door, Rita be like, $60 a person.
Okay.
And she just comes back there in the dressing room and tell me, I'd be like, okay, it's your show. I'm just here so I won't get fined.
And you know what? I'm so grateful that Radio Indy is going to be able to be there.
Yeah,
And just
y'all doing something special too. They're gonna be interviewing, and we're doing a red carpet and all that type of stuff. So we thank God for you all, and thank you again for the support for Indianapolis. I really appreciate that. I think there are moments in time where God just like puts his hand of approval on stuff, and I think that's what it is. And the church that we're having at, I was there the other night, and the staff was just like, "Oh, we're so excited to have you guys here, and we can't wait." So the Caring Place is a state-of-the-art facility, and y'all, I'm telling you, you don't want to, because it's gonna be lights, camera, action. You
don't come in there in no jeans. Y'all, it's a red carpet. Y'all come in there looking nice. And come in there with an offering. Listen, now hold on. Let me say this. He ain't gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it. When something this big is going on, and you have the opportunity to be there for free,
Yeah.
bring an offering.
Yeah.
Because if it was you, you would want someone to bless you.
Yeah.
And every little bit counts. And I hope they collect an offering for you.
Oh, they are. They're going not for me, but for the upbuilding of the kingdom.
Okay.
I don't need the offering, but it's for the upbuilding.
I'm
of the kingdom.
speaking from someone who appreciates the drive. You know,
Wow.
the free concert. You don't have to offer a free concert with all the people that you're going to have there.
Yeah.
So to show our appreciation, yes, bring an offering. Yeah, bring an
Amen.
offering.
Because the truth of the matter is that these are A-list artists within themselves that's going to be joining us, and man, I'm so excited, man. I tell you, like,
Can we get just one title of a song?
no,
I'm just gonna
No, I
cry.
can't.
Okay.
I want you to be in awe.
Okay.
So we're really gearing up for that, and I can't tell y'all how excited I am. This is going to probably be the best one yet. Be the best one yet.
Now listen, if you wait until 5 till to get there, you just gonna stand. I'm just gonna say you're gonna be standing. Don't be mad.
Listen, this is a 2,000-seater church.
Okay. So
You're gonna want to get there.
you're gonna want to be in the front too. You want the spirit to hit you.
Ah,
You don't want to be in the front. I'm just saying. So you may want to secure your front spot by VIP tickets. Just letting you know. We are so grateful that you took time to come over here.
Yeah,
And talk.
absolutely.
Let me say something about choirology too. I grew up with a lot of the old songs and and the choir, and all that. So when choirology came out, it took me back. First of all, I direct the choir, but I don't direct nothing like you.
I'm gonna have you come up
I'm
here
just
and
like, don't know
direct
you
at the
Look,
recording.
I'm gonna look at him and be like this.
Come up here.
Like I don't even know. I'm Hispanic. I don't know who you talking
Come up here. I can speak, but remember I told you when I went to I took Spanish and French. And never mind.
to. You know what? Okay, before we go there,
I speak in cloven tongues too.
oh my God.
I got the Holy Ghost.
Okay.
I got
Choirology made me appreciate the background of being in a choir.
yeah.
It's so much more humbling than being a solo artist because you have to blend. You have to work together to produce a sound. And when choirology came out, it just made me really appreciate what a choir, because now we have praise teams.
Yeah.
We don't, very seldom now do we have choirs, like the church choirs that marched up. Now they don't even march up on Sundays no more. Y'all, come on up. You know what I mean? Or they're already up there. So the prestige.
We marched in at the concert back in March.
I know.
Yeah, we marched in.
I know. I wanted a robe after that. I did.
We marched in because I just like,
It's the press. It takes you back. Sometimes we have to be reminded, and God has to do this to us to remind us of where we come from.
Yeah.
We have to be reminded.
Yeah.
A lot of, don't get me wrong, I love all the music that's out here, but sometimes you have to listen to Sweet Hour of Prayer and Just As I Am
Yeah.
and all those hymnals that really, bring the spirit out. So
Mm-hmm.
I thank you for coming in.
Thank you
Talking.
guys. Thank you guys.
He was in the studio, so I know he's not playing. He was in the studio. Man, I should have came anyway, just to snitch. Okay,
now I know we gonna lock the door. See,
and I live like 5 minutes away.
I was
from
gonna welcome you in with open arms and everything, but now you gonna snitch and tell
I know the sound.
tell all of our business. We won't have no business. Everybody be singing all the songs when we get up there.
But God bless you and all of the endeavors that you're making. God bless your family for standing behind you, not just your mother, not just your wife and your daughter, but your entire family,
Yeah.
everybody that supports. We thank God because without the support, it makes it hard to do what you do. And just God continue to watch over you as you travel. We take it as a small thing. We go back and forth in our cars. We do all these things. But
Take it for
God
granted.
yes, we do. But God just has that hedge of protection around you. So
And likewise to y'all, I believe that you cannot continue to sow into other people and it doesn't come back to you. So I speak to this station and you know, what you have sown, you have to. It's the law of reciprocity. You have to reap it, and I pray that God blows this thing beyond your imagination.
Thank you.
So once again, not for me. I'm not that selfish. I'm not that good. But I thank you for the support for Indianapolis.
Amen.
I thank you. I thank you for the support because I cannot stress how important home is enough.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you this too. When I was on the red carpet at the Stellars, I know we said about the end, but I gotta tell you this. So many people will ignore, but I'm so grateful you came over to me.
I did.
That made me feel and gave me a hug. It made me feel like I'm around all these big people, but he took time to come over and be like, and talk. And his wife, she looked absolutely amazing. She was wearing her dress.
She did.
Okay.
She did.
Okay.
But like I told you, I don't ever remember the story that I told you
Yeah.
earlier about that same red carpet.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I don't ever want to get to a place where nobody you don't never want to make nobody feel small.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's important because my mentor, who is now asleep, Al Hobbs, he always used to say, remember, the same people that you see going up is the same people you have to see coming right back down. And when you come down, you're going to need their help.
Right.
And so one thing that I made sure that I wanted to make sure that I saw you and show you love because you from my city. You know what I'm saying? 2, because you support. And 3, just to make it look like you cool.
Well, thank you.
You cool. She's just as important as everybody else on this carpet. Nobody from BET to Sirius to everybody that I walk, you're just as important. And how dare I
Bless you.
see you in the same city, and then when we get to something like that, overlook you.
Wow.
That's not God.
So good. Amen.
That's not God. That's not God. So, yeah.
Well, we got to go because he has probably a million other things to do. And I just want you to know that we want the exclusive on the project.
You will.
Okay. Just letting you know.
I tell you what, you'll be the new single.
Oh, look.
The new single. We'll do it here first before we send it to radio.
You heard it here. Oh, my goodness. You done made me happy. I am.
Hold me to that. Don't let me forget.
Wait a minute. I want your phone number.
I got you. Got you. And I'm gonna send it to you. We'll have a listening party here.
Please. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll
Let me know when we can plan it and make it really nice.
Let folks hear it here first.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
We appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Look, I gotta cry, and I don't want to cry on air. So, y'all tune in with us. The journey. We, as you can tell, Indianapolis have some of the best artists.
The best.
Artists, and you can see him.
Not me.
Follow him on Facebook. Don't be in his DMs. He got a wife. Don't play.
It goes down in the I'm gonna hand the phone right to her.
Okay. Don't play. Okay.
200 and too many pounds. See ya.
Right over there.
You said 200 what?
Too many pounds.
Oh my
You see what I
God.
got over there. I ain't playing with these folks. But anyway, tune in with us. We're going to close with Choirology song. Which one did I pick? It's hard for me to choose which one.